Hey, what's going on? I'm Matt O'Leary back with another video, and today I will be looking at the New York Jets drafts from 2000 through 2020. I'm not going to use 2021 because they haven't played a game yet. It's probably not fair that I'm using 2020 either, but I'm going to go through, make a tier ranking. Are they an elite, which is S, or do they grade out as an A, B, C, D, or F? We will start at 2000 and we'll work our way up through 2020. So starting out in 2000, that is going in the S category. The first, 5 picks of this draft. So Sean Ellis, John Abraham, Chad Pennington, Anthony Becht, Lavernius Coles. Significant players for this New York Jets team during their successful run in, they made the playoffs in 01, 02, 04, 06. Huge part of that team. John Abraham was traded, and more on that later when we talk about another draft that was impacted because of that trade, but doesn't get much better as a draft class than that. Then we have 2001. Santana Moss was the first round pick. Then you had Lamont Jordan, Kareem McKenzie. Those are really the key ones in that one, so I'm going to give that a B. In 2002, the two main takeaways that I had was Brian Thomas, who was okay, played on the team for a long time up until 2012, and Chris Baker. John McGraw in the second round didn't really do a whole lot for them, even though he was in the league for a while. Alan Harper, Jonathan Godwin. So this one is going to come in at a C for me. It's an okay draft. Could be better, could be worse. 03, okay. So Victor Hobson sticks out in this one. Brooks Bollinger, not in a great way. BJ Askew was a third rounder. But when you have Dwayne Robertson, who was a 4th overall pick, essentially be out of league in 5 years and be not much of an impact player, this is a D draft for me. I don't think this is a very good one, unfortunately, but they would bounce back in 2004 when you would have Jonathan Vilma in the first round. You'd have Jericho Cotchery, who would play a big role, Eric Coleman. So for me, this draft is going to be an A. I think this is a very good draft for the New York Jets. In 2005, this was a weird draft. So you have Mike Nugent, who was taken with the Jets' first pick. It was a second rounder. That's when their first selection was, but 47th overall. Justin Miller, Sione Puha, Kerry Rhodes. They save it a little bit. Still comes in as a C for me. I think it's decent. I'll put it ahead of 2002, but not by a whole lot. In 2006, this is also elite. It goes right behind 2000. These are the players you're able to get: D'Brickashaw Ferguson, Nick Mangold, Kellen Clemens, Eric and Brad Smith, Leon Washington, Drew Coleman. How about that for a pull in a draft class? Eric Mangini crushed it in his first one. Then in 2007, only 4 picks, but Revis and Harris are the first 2 in that. So I'm going to bump this right in here. I want to put it in front of 2004, actually. Very, very, very good. The first 2, are Ring of Honor Jets, and Darrelle Revis might be the best corner of all time. So this ended up working out tremendously. 2008, missed on Vernon Gholston, 6th overall, but you were still able to get Dustin Keller, Dwight Lowry, and Marcus Henry, who was an important special teamer. So I'm going to give this one, I guess, a B. Put it behind 2001, just because Keller was probably Mark Sanchez's favorite target. Dwight Lowry was an important player on this Jets team during their successful run. And again, Marcus Henry was a good special teamer for a couple of years. So still gets a B even with the whiff. 2009 first, excuse me, and then we got to get to 2010. So 2009's hard because there's only 3 players taken: Mark Sanchez, Sean Green, and Matt Slauson. I guess this is probably a high C, I guess, just because I'm between a C or a B, and I know it's only 3 players, but Mark Sanchez was obviously a big part of that 09 and 10 team. So was Sean Green, but probably not the best. In 2010, now we can get to 2010. This is our first F. You only had 4 picks: Kyle Wilson, who was atrocious; Vlad Ducasse, who was atrocious; Joe McKnight, RIP, special teamer; and John Connor, who was massively overrated because of Hard Knocks. 2011, Muhammad Wilkerson, okay, Kendrick Ellis, whiff. Bilal Powell and Jeremy Curley were okay players. I'm going to give this one, I guess I'll go B, but lower than 2008. I think it was an okay draft for the New York Jets. One of their last okay drafts, because we get a stretch of, you'll find out in a second here. 2012, Quentin Coples, yuck. Stephen Hill, yuck. Demario Davis, turned into a much better player with the Saints, but pretty solid Jet. Not a whole lot after that. I'm going to give this one a C. 2013, D. Milner, Sheldon Richardson, Geno Smith, Brian Winters. D. Milner, not great. Sheldon Richardson, pretty good. Winters, pretty good. Geno Smith didn't do a whole lot. I'm between a C and a D on this one. I guess I'll be nice and go right here in C. 2014, another F. You had so many draft picks. They had, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And of those 12, the Jets' best player was Quincy Enunwa. He would have been better if he stayed healthy, of course, but whiff. Then we have Mike Maccagnan. Okay, so in Mike Maccagnan's first year, Leonard Williams, good player, didn't live up to the hype. Devin Smith couldn't stay healthy with the Jets. Lorenzo Malden out of the league in a year. Bryce Petty, yuck. Jarvis Harrison and Deion Simon, this is a D for me. 2016, yikes. Darren Lee, Christian Hackenberg, Jordan Jenkins, Justin Burris, Brandon Shell, Locke Edwards, Sean Peak. F, but not as bad as 2014. The saving grace of this, I guess, is Jordan Jenkins. If Jordan Jenkins is the best player in a draft class, that's really not ideal. 2017, Jamal Adams, Marcus May. It started well. Jamal Adams obviously went awry, but after that, a whole lot of yuck. Ardarius Stewart out of the league. Chad Hansen didn't do anything for the Jets. Jordan Leggett, not good. I guess this gets a C. 2018, Sam Darnold. They followed up taking Sam Darnold third overall by drafting a 25-year-old defensive tackle in Nathan Shepard. Chris Herndon, Perry Nickerson, Falu Fatukasi, Trenton Cannon. D, just because of what it should have been and then really didn't turn into. 2019, Quinnen Williams, Ja'Kai Polite, Chuma Doga, Trevon Wesco, Blake Cashman, Bless Austin. Really got one player from here, unfortunately. Between a D and a C, I'm going to give it a high D, I guess, because of Quinnen Williams. He saves it. And 2020, Mekhi Becton, Denzel Mims, Ashton Davis, Jabari Zuniga, LaMichael Pirine, Bryce Hall, Braden Mann. This is going to go into the A category for me. So to me, the Jets' best draft since 2000, 2006, 07, 04, and 2020 were very good drafts. 01, 08, and 11 were pretty decent drafts as well. Then you have, a lot of mediocre, 09, 05, 02, 12, 13, 17. And then you have 7 in D and F, which is just not good. 19, 03, 15, 18, 14, 10, 16. And since 2010, the Jets have had 2 drafts at B or better. 2. That's it. It's not good enough. It's not. That's why their roster is in the state that it is, because of drafts like 2014, because of drafts like 2012, 2015, 18, 19. Just not good enough. So I'm going to link this tier maker down in the description below. If you want to rank them and send them back to me, do that on social media, or you can comment down here. Comment done when you have subscribed to both channels, this one and the Just Jets Clips channel. If you do that, you are entered to win a Zach Wilson jersey or a package from Manscaped, giving 2 of those away. Thank you so much for tuning in. Make sure to subscribe if you're new, and I'll talk to you next time.